Hello and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Justyna, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back and thank you for joining me today. So here today I'm recording in a slightly different or with a slightly different background. I'm in my conservatory and it's really, really hot and yeah, so I'm using a different visual for my background because it's not my background isn't very appealing. All right, so we are starting the eclipses season yet again, the second time this year. Very exciting time, sometimes scary or maybe mysterious for some people. Now we are starting a brand new series of eclipses on Pisces and Virgo axis, and these eclipses will continue to reoccur over the course of the next 2 years. We are still in the middle of Aries and Libra eclipses. We've got one final eclipse happening in spring 2024, in the first quarter of 2024. And this will be an eclipse in Aries. We've got one in Libra in October. So these are the final ones in Libra and Aries. And here we are starting on the 18th of September, a brand new cycle on Pisces and Virgo. So this cycle is especially important for those with Pisces ascendant, or Virgo ascendant, Sun, Moon. They are the most important and life-changing eclipses for those who with these placements, because they will bring those life-changing events. Now, here we've got the 25th degree of Pisces activated at this time. Now, last week I posted a video on, not a video, a post on my community tab, and I told you a little bit briefly what happens when a planet or a natal point or a natal planet or natal Chiron is activated in our birth chart. What happens during this lunar eclipse? Because this is very, very significant. If you don't have any placements activated, then the influence of the eclipse will be less strong, less significant. Now, here with the eclipses, I know some people might wonder, why is there an eclipse in Pisces if the nodes are still in Aries and Libra? Now here the nodes will move into these brand new signs, Pisces and Virgo, at the end of January 2025. In the meantime, they will remain in Aries and Libra. It's not something unusual. It happens pretty much all the time, very frequently. And generally the nodes are the ones that activate the eclipses. We can't have eclipses without the nodes being involved. They need to be within 18 degrees from either side of the sun and the moon. So that's on a side note. All right, so we've got Pisces eclipse activated at 25th degree. Have a look if you have any placements at around 25 degrees of the multiple signs. These are here in play, especially significant because Pisces is not just a water sign, but also a mutable sign. Mutable energy is generally flexible, adaptable, and during these times, we can go with a flow. So it's all about adaptability, flexibility. Now, yes, so have a look if you have any placement around 25 degrees of Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Gemini, because this will be really, really significant. Things happen when natal placements are activated, give or take 3 degrees. Now, that's one thing. Another thing is eclipses, or generally anything in astrology, is about cycles. And here we are ending a 19 years cycle, because the last time we had similar eclipses in these two signs when the nodes were generally in the same signs. Because every 9 years, as I told you in a previous video, every 9 years, we've got something similar, but the nodes are in the opposing signs. So there's this the nodes are reversed in their direction. But every 19 years, we go through a very, very similar story, because the nodes are in the same signs, the eclipses happen in the same signs. So we've got similar events taking place, but obviously we are more mature, we are more experienced. So we generally go through these energies differently. Now, some people might have gone through some difficulties 19 years ago, between 2006, 2008, when these eclipses took place. And don't worry, because now you're wiser, you're more mature, you're more experienced, and this is going to be a different experience this time around. And it doesn't have to be as brutal or as intense. Now, here, yes. So basically, have a think what happened in your life around 19 years ago, because that's when we had a very similar eclipse taking place and a cycle overall between 2006 2008. So now this cycle is coming to an end. We're starting a brand new cycle in these two signs. So generally, here, if your birthday falls on the 18th of September, this is also significant because the next 12 months of your life will be highly influenced, impacted, if you will, by the energies of this eclipse. Usually eclipses bring endings, culmination, and some major conclusions into our lives as well. So generally eclipses accelerate the timeline. So whatever is supposed to happen in our life would have happened anyway. Eclipses simply speed things up, accelerate the timeline without repeating myself. So generally, it's not a good time to plan anything on the day of the eclipse because things might change. There could be disruptions, change of plans, directions, etc. So keep this date generally light, your schedule light on this day. But overall, the week surrounding the eclipse could be very, very eventful. This is when things will be happening. All right, so here from the mundane perspective, this brand new cycle here will generally bring into matter the themes activated by Saturn and Pisces that generally this transit started in March 2023 and will last until early 2026. So we will have similar themes being activated during this time. But at the same time, I think generally definitely issues connected to boundaries, immigration, refugees, anything to do with faith, religion, anything connected to also water, anything connected to oceans, pollution in the oceans, anything to do with potential discoveries of liquids, of water on the planets, in the universe, on the moon. For example, as well. Now, we've got a sextile to Uranus at this time. Pluto is at 29 degrees of Capricorn as well, nicely connecting with this eclipse by a sextile. Uranus is also connecting by a sextile. So I think there could be some technological breakthroughs, which is not something unusual because, of course, with Pluto moving into Aquarius, we've had a massive, massive boom in technology and AI. So now we can see it all over the place. But at the same time, here, there could be some major breakthroughs happening yet again around this eclipse. And of course, there could be generally also, I think there could be some clash when it comes to some government, generally governmental regulations, laws being implemented, announced around this time that might not necessarily align with people's, what people want, what people desires, which could indicate further manifestations and protests as well. Right. I think many people during this cycle will be also questioning their beliefs, their belief system, and I think many people will want answers connected to the unknown, to their faith. All right, so let's have a look what this cycle will mean and bring for us more on a more personal level is what I want to say. Something I forgot to mention is that we've got, of course, two rulers, Jupiter and Neptune. The modern is Neptune, the traditional is Jupiter. Jupiter is in Gemini, connecting with this eclipse by a square. So here, when I told you just a moment ago about anything to do with faith, religion, spirituality, us or many people collectively questioning their beliefs, questioning their faith. Here, this could generally be the theme connected to that square to Jupiter in Gemini, but also something to really pay attention to, because when Jupiter is activated by a square, very often this is related to us, to our emotions and feelings being exaggerated. So something definitely to watch out for. This is a partial eclipse, and A few hours after this eclipse is exact, the moon will become a super moon. So it will be in a very close proximity to the Earth. It will be large in its size, or it will appear larger than usual, and our intuition and emotions will be heightened as a result of that. Now we've got a connection with Neptune as well. So I think there's a lot of mystical energy, but at the same time, energy that is connected to a potential tendency to confusion, delusion, not seeing things as they are, or maybe seeing things through rose-tinted glasses. So it's also something to pay attention to. All right, so here let's have a look at each horoscope for each rising sign. I will start from Aries, so tropical zodiac, Western astrology. All right, so here, Aries, welcome. Right, so we've got an eclipse happening in your 12th house. The 12th house is connected to spirituality, hidden matters, our sleeping pattern as well. I think generally with the eclipses on the 12th and the 6th house axis, which will be reoccurring in the next 2 years, what you might experience is insomnia. So I have just gone through these eclipses and I am still going, and I definitely experienced a difficulty or developed an insomnia during this cycle. So it's something that you might see that may happen as well to you. Hopefully not, because it's quite difficult. So what I found useful is pink noise at night, lavender, and also maybe some natural healthy remedies, for example, a back remedy to calm your mind, to find the inner peace. So that's one way of potentially experiencing this eclipse, especially since it is activating your 12th house. So disruption, insomnia, very high intuition. And I think this could be also connected to some really vivid dreams. Now, what I would also recommend is journaling, meditation, yoga, and I think you might really enjoy reading books, libraries, spending time in libraries, spending time in bookshops, maybe browsing some interesting new books that you might enjoy to read during this time. You might also enjoy spending time maybe connecting with like-minded people, like in a circle or a retreat, this sort of spiritual event. Or perhaps you might actually want to learn more about yourself through spirituality, astrology. There could be this need for inner growth, inner understanding, personal growth, development as well. I think this is also a cycle that is connected to moving away from negative emotions, feelings, experiences, wounds that affect your mental health, that affect your ability to move forward with your life as well. So I think generally the 12th house activates our mind and it makes us think a lot, reevaluate, overthink. So if you can find an activity that will help to find that inner peace, it will be really beneficial for you. Nature is really fantastic as well. Nature, spiritual activities, dancing, listening to music is really beneficial throughout this time. But at the same time, I think you'll be preparing for potential lifestyle changes coming up in this cycle. All right, so also think about what happened in your life in March, April last year. What did you initiate connected to those 12th house energies? Because this could, well, whatever that you started around that time could show up during the during this lunar eclipse. Thank you very much, and let's have a look at Taurus. Hello, Taurus, and welcome. So we've got a lunar eclipse happening in your 12th, in your 11th house. So what this means is that here your friendships, groups you belong to are highlighted, whether you are joining a group, leaving, maybe this is the end of a certain friendship. This is going to highly depend on your circumstances. I think this is very much connected to some kind of group involvement, your contribution to some humanitarian matters, activities, helping others. Maybe this is about a greater interest in the law of attraction, manifestation, this sort of dynamics as well. Maybe you'll be redefining your goals. Maybe generally you see the world slightly differently at this point because with Saturn here staying in your 11th house since March 2023, I'm pretty sure you went through friendship changes. Some people have drifted away from your life. Maybe other people, um, maybe your connection with other people have strengthened quite substantially. A lunar eclipse brings something to an end culmination as well. You're generally either, this is the end of your membership with a certain group organization, or maybe this is the end of a certain connection, or perhaps this connection or whatever it is moving to the next level, the next stage. But at the same time, I think this is about also redefining your goals, finding your voice within group environment to a certain extent as well, because overall in this cycle you will be going through friendship changes. This is a chance for you to meet new people, to welcome new people, individuals into your life, to join your groups, to enrich your reality with fresh and different experiences, people, energies, and so on. All right, so thank you very much, Taurus. Let's have a look at Geminis. Geminis, welcome. We've got an eclipse activating your 10th house. So this is a very significant cycle, Geminis, because it activates your 4th and the 10th house. What this means is that many Geminis will be going through career changes in this cycle. If you're not satisfied with your current career, job, whatever it is, it doesn't mean it will happen now. Sometimes it happens during the final eclipse when you've given up and when you feel like nothing would have happened or had happened, and suddenly there's a massive turn of direction or event. So it depends on your natal placements. But overall here, these eclipses give you this amazing opportunity for making progress, for advancing in your career, professional world, life, whatever it is. So whether you are currently working towards climbing up your career ladder, whether you're thinking about launching a business or perhaps engaging in some professional workshop activities, this is the right time for doing so. Now, here with Neptune, you might feel slightly confused and unsure about your direction. So don't rush with anything, because you might change your mind. If you make an important decision around this eclipse, then you might actually change your mind a few days later. So generally eclipses, the day of the eclipse is not great for making any drastic decisions, changes, whatever it is. This is about generally writing things down, having these strong realizations and implementing like a step-by-step approach towards reaching your goal and the destination, so to speak. Now, with the 10th house being activated, maybe this is also about your parents being prominent in your life during this time, needing your help, support. Maybe they are going through some major lifestyle changes and they will need your help during this time. Jupiter is still in your sign, which is great. So this is a great time for generally moving forward with your goals, hopes, dreams. Jupiter gives you a lot of optimism, but at the same time, with the square to this eclipse, don't let these energy to maybe lead you to extending yourself, because it's very easy to be over optimistic or to extend oneself as a result of maybe some positive things happening all at once. So here, I think it's all about being grounded in the reality as well. All right, so let's have a look at Cancers. Thank you, Geminis. Cancers, welcome. All right, so we've got this eclipse activating your 9th house. So I think in this cycle, you will travel quite substantially. Travel is definitely highlighted. I think you might also feel like freeing yourself from some obligations, restrictions. Maybe you want to change your job, career. Maybe you want to, generally, if you've been a freelancer for quite some time or a contractor, then perhaps you will want to find something more secure and something that will bring you more stability. Generally, here this cycle is also connected to that need to spread your wings, to do something that will help you to feel free, independent. I think this could be also connected to redefine your belief system, your life philosophy. Maybe this is about coaching, a brand new career in coaching, teaching. For example, I think many cancers will also be dealing with passport documents, applications, visa renewals, and also citizenship paperwork. This sort of dynamics, because the ninth house deals with legal matters, the third house deals with documents. So here, overall, this is the cycle that deals with contracts, documents, but also with the ninth house, you want to reach the stars. You want to be free. You want to be independent. You want to you want to free yourself from the restrictions, at least substantially, limitations and obligations that Saturn has brought upon you, upon your shoulders, upon your life since last year, March 2023. Now it's also a great cycle for learning foreign languages. Remember, Neptune is circulating closely to this eclipse. So don't make any major drastic changes around this time, because you might be a little bit in the clouds. Having said that, it's a really great time for engaging in activities connected to music, creativity, art. Maybe you will be studying something at your university, an undergraduate, postgraduate degree connected to art, connected to music, creative writing, for example. This could be also very much the case. So thank you very much. And let's have a look at Leos. Hello, Leos, and welcome. So we've got a brand new cycle of eclipses starting on the 18th of September at 25 degrees of Pisces, and this is the activation of your 8th house. So here, when we look at the eclipses, we, of course, have to look at the bigger picture. And with this cycle of eclipses starting in September 2024, you will be your houses, the second and the 8th house will be activated. So that's your financial houses. The 8th house is also connected to transformation. So I think many Leos will be going through a certain degree of transformation. Now, with the 8th house activation, very often the topics connected to mortality, death are on our mind. And with that, we think about our old age, pension, whether we have enough funds, security for the old age. So these kind of topics could come up during your during this cycle. Now, at the same time, transformation, regeneration, healing is very much emphasized as well, especially here with Neptune still staying in this area of your life. You can heal through spiritual activities, yoga, meditation, nature, learning about yourself on a deeper level, for example, as well. Here we've got the 8th house deals with mortgages, whether this is a mortgage renewal or an application, savings account. Maybe this is about a new career in accounting, insurance company. Maybe you want to be a financial advisor. So this sort of activities are very much highlighted. But at the same time, with the activation of the 8th house with the solar point in the second, you might be going through some financial changes. Maybe this is about a new job, new career. Job changes are also very much the case with these eclipses, because you work to earn your income, to earn money. And when the second and the 8th house is activated, very often this means that people go through job changes, set up their own business, a side hustle. Now, here the 8th house, this could be connected to an inheritance as well. So many Leos might be dealing with inheritance. And also, since the 8th house is the second from the 7th, maybe your significant other will be going through some major financial changes, changing jobs, for example, that will influence or impact your relationship as well. Now, any money that you receive through investments, this is also here highlighted with these eclipses. Now, very often with the 8th house activation, many people become interested in investing their money in stock market. So this could be also very much on your case, or perhaps this could be about an approval, potential approval of your application, online application, that would be connected to child support, for instance, or any other support that you receive, like benefits to make your life, to bring more comfort, more stability, more security into your life, into your reality. Right, so here with the sun also being in opposition to Neptune, don't let anyone cloud your judgment. Oppositions are about other people. So I think be careful of any individuals who might want to distract you around this time or turn your attention, for example, from what is important at this time. So it's all about being grounded in the reality, but at the same time, it's about being realistic and practical, realistic about your expectations more specifically. Thank you very much. Now here we will look at Virgos. Virgos, this is a really important cycle. So here, think about what you went through in your personal life, in your relationships around 19 years ago. You're closing this cycle now, this chapter, and starting a brand new. Now, many Virgos will have an opportunity for reinventing themselves in this cycle. The nodes will shift into your first and seventh house at the end of January 2025 for 18 months. So there will be new people coming into your reality, but at the same time, there's an opportunity for new relationships, new connections. For those who are single, this could be also an opportunity for starting a new relationship, especially since Saturn is in your seventh house, so a strong potential for a secure and strong commitment. Now, those who went through difficulties but still want to remain in their relationships, here these eclipses can strengthen your relationship, or perhaps make you decide that this isn't it and you want to move on, or if you want to stay, then you're moving to the next level. You make you give the most of yourself to make things work. So you got a lot of support from the universe, from these energies here, activating these areas of your life. But at the same time, you have a chance for reinventing yourself, your relationship, your approach to love, commitments, partnerships is also likely to change as well, because maybe this is when you will, I think Saturn in Pisces in your seventh house and may have also taught you how to implement healthy boundaries with other people. So now, having experienced these energies since March 2023, I think you have this great opportunity for generally for starting some brand new connections, partnerships in your life with this great, with a much better idea on what is it that you want, on how you want things to work in this connection, in this relationship, in this partnership. So lots of lessons probably for you, dear Virgos, with Saturn in Pisces, since Saturn entered Pisces last year. But at the same time, with all the experience that you gained since that time, you have an opportunity for establishing much healthier connections in your life during this brand new cycle. So I think with the lunar eclipse here, I think this is connected to someone leaving your life, your reality, but at the same time, an opportunity for a brand new beginning, for a brand new chapter, so to speak. But having said that, I think that you will be having a different approach to relationship, a different approach to connections as well. I think it's all about these one-to-one unions. Pay attention, because there could be new people or opportunities for collaborations, connections, with mutual benefits around this time. Thank you very much, and let's move into the next sign. Hello, Libras, and welcome to your horoscope for this upcoming lunar eclipse in Pisces. So of course, lunar eclipse or any lunar eclipse is connected to endings, culmination, conclusions. But at the same time, things happen. Things really happen. Now, think about what you initiated, started in March, April 2023 in your area of daily routine, work, lifestyle. Something needs your attention around this time. Something needs to be addressed. So I think you will be reinventing your lifestyle at this time. There are some changes coming up, and I think this could be really exciting, even if it doesn't feel at the time, because usually eclipses, sometimes they might be quite dramatic because they shake things up. We generally, if we've been overly holding on to something that fulfilled its purpose, something that we don't need or doesn't serve us anymore any good, then here the eclipses can take it away from us, only to help us to move forward, to make progress, to open new doors for new opportunities. So I think you'll be reinventing your routine, your lifestyle, and you might experience insomnia here during this time. I mentioned it in the Aries horoscope. Overall, the eclipses on Pisces and Virgo could bring insomnia, difficulty to sleep is what I developed during this cycle in Aries and Libra. When these Aries and Libra eclipses activated the 6th and the 12th house. So pay attention, because it's obviously not something pleasant, but you will have to kind of implement some healthy methods or techniques that will help you to deal with any potential well, insomnia if you experience any. So I'm telling you in advance, because if it happens one night and you might think that, oh, something is wrong. Actually, it isn't. It's just these energies are causing a little bit of disruption. So what I found useful is pink noise on Spotify. What else? I also enjoyed natural remedies, Bach remedies to calm your mind, because very often these eclipses make us overthink, overanalyze things, and generally racing thoughts is what I want to say are the theme. And also lavender under your cushion could be helpful. All right, so I think lifestyle changes, the Libras, you'll be implementing healthy habits. Pay attention to your health. Pay attention to your health, pay attention to water retention, potentially what's happening with your feet. Maybe you will have to take a little rest, put your feet up, have a little break. If you feel tired, then your body's trying to tell you that you need to have a little break, rest. And if this is the case, then maybe a nice warm bath and a little break from daily activities could be also very much beneficial. But overall, dietary changes, lifestyle changes, daily habits changes, this is all highlighted. But I think it's also essential to have medical health checkups and appointments with the 6th house being activated. I think you will pay more attention in the cycle to what you eat. And here, I think this will be also the theme for many Libras. And of course, work environment might change, or how you work. Maybe you'll be working from home, or perhaps you'll be returning to your office. Right, so Scorpios, fellow Scorpios. So here the eclipse is on the 5th and the 11th house. So first of all, what I'm thinking about is children, pregnancy, conception. This could be on your mind. Accidental pregnancies, conceptions could be very much the case as well. I've seen many people with the 5th and the 11th house having children, conceiving, giving birth. So that was, this is definitely the case. And it was actually the case for me 9 years ago with my first child. But I'm done. So I'm approaching my 40s slowly. So I was thinking the other day, oh my goodness, I wouldn't have any more energy to have more. So that's something that may show up during this cycle. Definitely for many people, conceptions, pregnancy, and children, family planning. But at the same time, this is connected to, I think this is connected to finding inner confidence, inner voice, to be your authentic self, to be confident with who you are, with your skills, with your talents. I think it's about rediscovering yourself, about healing any misconceptions you have about yourself. If someone crushed you in the past, if someone crushed your ability to be your authentic self, to show off your skills, then here this cycle can help you to emerge like a butterfly from a cocoon. Now, I think for many people as well, this will be an opportunity to join new friendship groups, to establish new friendship groups, to work with other communities, towards communitarian matters. Perhaps you'll be joining a circle, or joining some groups to meet like-minded people. Maybe this is about becoming a leader or a manager, project manager of a certain group, organization, or within your organization overall. Having said that, this is also a cycle that can make you want to have your own business, self-employment, freelancing. That's the 5th house activation as well. And here, this is a good cycle for working on your skills, on doing something with your to do something that gives you pleasure. You'll be starting new hobbies, new interests as well. During I have already developed a little obsession with something. I'll show you. Basically my children received this as a present, something similar, and then I got myself because I started to play with theirs. So this is here. I'm just gonna see if you can see this. Oh yeah, you can see. So this is basically, it's a Virgo season as well, Virgo Pisces, so it's all about precision. So you build a picture by sticking little diamonds. It really helps with anxiety, I must say. So, you know, I found myself last week, I've done quite a lot of these, but I think this is all about rediscovering yourself and I think it's because Saturn has brought so much seriousness into our lives. There isn't much fun when Saturn is in the fifth house, transiting the fifth house. But yes, so basically that's what this cycle could be very much about. All right, so let's move to the next sign. Thank you very much. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this could be about, so Sagittarius, this is happening in your fourth and the 10th. So this is about your family, about your emotional well-being, emotional security and safety, parental figure being prominent around this time, needing your help, your support. Now, as I said earlier, we need to look at the bigger picture of these eclipses, not just one eclipse, because they will keep on reoccurring in the next 2 years, activating your fourth and 10th house, which are very significant. Now, here with these eclipses, career changes, relocation, change of scenery, renovations, extensions of the house, people moving in, moving out. But yeah, this is huge, 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 huge. So overall, if you've been unhappy with your career, with your home, then this is your chance. And things will happen. Things will happen. The eclipses make things happen. Generally, they accelerate the timeline. So with this Pisces eclipse here, whether you are renovating, moving, someone is moving in, moving out from your property, perhaps your parents are going through major changes, they will need your support, whatever it is here, your home life is very much activated. But at the same time, I think maybe this is about working from home or returning back into your office. I think your routine might be changing as well with Uranus being activated. Maybe you're coming back or returning back into something connected to your work or routine that you left or moved away from in the past. I wanted to also mention something else, but now I forgot. I know. Flooding. Pay attention to flooding. Pay attention to any bathroom work, kitchen. You might be changing, renovating your kitchen, your bathroom, expanding your kitchen, or perhaps there could be problems with pipe work, for example, or maybe it's time to clear your gutters, check your gutters outside. Maybe they are full, maybe they need to be cleared. Thank you very much, Sagittarius. Capricorns, welcome. This is happening in your third house, so expect the unexpected when it comes to news. Maybe this is about making an important decision connected to your work, connected to your living situation, to your lifestyle. But Neptune is here circulating around this eclipse, making you think deeply, but still it's difficult probably to make a decision, a concrete decision. So don't rush with anything. Take it easy, take your time, because you might regret, you might make a wrong decision, things might not be fully clear, or things might not seem as they are at this point. Neptune is clouding your judgment. Keep this in mind. So here, the third house activation, this is connected to signing important documents, paperwork. Now, this could be connected to your home. Maybe you're signing a new contract connected to your home. Maybe you're buying a house, selling. But at the same time, your work and career could be activated as well, since we've got an eclipse coming up, a solar eclipse in October. And the third house is all about contracts and documents. So maybe this is about signing or thinking about moving into a different job, organization, contract renewal, but things might not be yet fully clear, understood. Now, at the same time, maybe it's connected to your siblings as well. Maybe they need your support. Maybe you want to work on a mutual project. Maybe you want to build a business together. Now, at the same time, I think during this cycle, you will be redefining your life philosophy. You'll be traveling a lot in the next 2 years. Travel is emphasized. I think there's a strong focus upon short distance travel, learning about your community, expanding your connections within your community, because that's where the North Node is present. Wherever the North Node will be present from January, end of January 2025, things happen easily. Things, generally, there's this ease of energy. Where the South Node is present is about moving away, shifting away. You need to put some effort, implement some effort into seeing substantial goals, outcomes, results. All right, so that's here. That's here, the South Node next year. So I think you'll be redefining your belief system, your philosophy, and I think your worldview might change, or as a result of what you have already experienced while Pluto remained in your first house. Remember, this is the final time now, as I speak, when Pluto is in your first house. From next year, Pluto will be in Aquarius, and it's not returning into Capricorn in your life, and you're done. You're almost done. So if there is something that needs to be completed, fulfilled, accomplished, connected to your personal goals, identity, here, this is your final chance for doing so. All right, maybe also some Capricorns will be getting a driving license, studying or driving license, short distance courses. Maybe you're writing a book or releasing a book, publishing. There's a lot of mental energy here with this cycle, but at the same time, this is a chance for you to also rebuild that inner confidence in your intellect. If you feel like you don't know enough, then here in this cycle, your mind will be hungry for knowledge. You'll be able to learn, expand your knowledge, learn new things, share, teach, write, learn, and so on. Thank you very much. And Aquarius. Aquarius, welcome. We've got the second house activated. So what this means is that you are going through some financial changes, making financial decisions. It's a brand new cycle, which will last roughly for 2 years. So what this means, you could be changing jobs in the near future, setting up new business, selling, buying a property or a car. Perhaps you're investing your money. But very often with the second house, also Saturn is here. So you're still cautious of your outgoings, you're careful. That's the way to go. But at the same time, Neptune is here. So definitely don't make any major, drastic, crazy decisions around this eclipse because you might regret them. You might change your mind. Neptune could cloud your judgment. The square to Jupiter could make you over optimistic, and it could exaggerate your emotions. So take it easy. But having said that, with the second house activation, very often these financial changes, income changes are often the case, whether you're changing a job, setting up a new business. Maybe this is connected to money being deposited into your bank account, finally, a payout that you've been expecting for quite some time. Now here, I think you become more aware of your outgoings with this cycle, of old age mortality with the eighth house, solar point being activated in your eighth house. So you, depending on your age, of course, when this is happening, but I think you might be also planning for your old age pension schemes, for instance. Maybe you want to. Maybe you might become interested in private pension. At the same time, this is also about the solar point in your eighth house. Maybe you want to insure your house. Maybe this is about health insurance as well. Maybe this is about also budgeting, financial planning. But I think these eclipses are generally stimulating you to be to improve your financial situation, to invest, to make smart investments with great return. So you've got this amazing opportunity here with this, with the activation of the second and the eighth house to improve your financial situation. Money will be on your mind, investment, will be opportunities coming your way, but you need to be wise and practical with your decisions because not every opportunity will be beneficial for you. But here with Saturn in a way, as you're lucky to have Saturn here during this time because Saturn will make you more cautious, more responsible with your decisions, financial decisions. All right, so here we go. Now let's have a look at Pisces. Hello, Pisces, and welcome. We've got a first house activation, a really important lunar eclipse in Pisces. So eclipses generally accelerate the timeline. So whatever is supposed to happen would have happened anyway. Bear that in mind. Eclipses simply accelerate the timeline. Right, so here the eclipse in Pisces. The eclipse in Pisces is all about you, your identity, your goal, your persona. Now, of course, with the eclipses, we need to look at the bigger picture. This is a brand new cycle, which will roughly last for 2.5 years. And it will also activate your the opposing house. So that's a Virgo house, the seventh house. So it's you versus a relationship. So generally, this is about changes in your personal life, but also in your relationship. Your approach to love, relationships, partnerships is likely going to undergo a major change. Now, here with the eclipse in your first house, I think you might have this strong need to redefine your identity, to change your personal physical appearance, your style. You might be changing your look. Maybe they're getting braces. Many people with the activation of the first house eclipse get braces, change their style completely, change their skincare routine, hairstyle. So I think you might feel like a part of you has changed. A big part of you has changed. And it's time to redefine yourself. It's time for a new you to emerge from the cocoon. I think a new you will slowly emerge with the eclipses. A new you who will be much stronger, much more self-empowered. This will be a gradual process. I would say 18 months. In 18 months, a brand new you will emerge. So I think generally by the end of next year, you generally you will feel very different, because by that time you will have experienced 4 eclipses on Virgo and Pisces axis. So you might be in a brand new relationship, you might be in a brand new career, your appearance might change by this time. So generally here is like a layer of you is kind of shifting away and a brand new you is emerging. So you are closing this 19-year cycle and a brand new chapter is about to begin emerge. And this is about redefining your identity, leaving what's not needed, what fulfilled its purpose, taking with you what is necessary, what is beneficial to you. So think carefully about your personal goals, about your personal relationships as well. Here, Pluto is currently in your 11th house at 29 degrees. So you have gone through major friendship changes in the last few years. Now Pluto here is for the final time. For the final time, you have this chance for a transformation. And then Pluto will move into your area of spirituality, growth, and subconscious mind. There is a major, major shift going on in your life that is generally going to make you make major decisions as well, connected to your very near future. But at the same time here, I think this is all about personal goals, identity, physical appearance, and also your relationships are highlighted, the people in your reality as well. Bear in mind, Neptune is circulating around this eclipse, so don't make any drastic decisions if you can around this eclipse on the day, because your judgment might be clouded. Your intuition is high, very high and strong, but at the same time, the important decisions should be probably slightly delayed, at least a few days after this eclipse. Then at the beginning of October, there is a Libra eclipse starting, taking place in your 8th house. So a big transformation. So it will be all about mutual resources, finances, intimate life, deep connections, transformation, investment, and so on. But we'll discuss this very soon. In the meantime, thank you very much.